What's up, everybody? This is A to do the best, and today I'm talking about the Installer movie, the review. This movie was about a father, a dad leaving her daughter and her sons to go out to do an outer space mission, and basically she told him to stay, and but he had to go on the space missions to like save the Earth, and he went outer space. He went outer space and to to um to get back to, saying, Earth, to save Earth. And they went on a space mission, and the first thing they did, they was out space, and her daughter was like really crying and everything like that. Her daughter's like really crying. They didn't want her to leave. They wanted her to stay. And basically, her dad went up to outer space, and their dad and these other people, like these secret agent people or something like that, went to outer space, and they had to go on he had to go through a wormhole where basically it's like a wormhole is taking a long journey and making it like flat, making it short so it can go through faster. It's like this is a journey, right? If you do a black hole, you can go through it quicker. Like you flipping it, you bending it, and you going through it, so make it like a shorter distance. And that's what they did. And it was in a different galaxy or something like that. And it was on a planet, like a water planet with just water. And they were trying to like pick up the pieces to something else. They were trying to pick up pieces to like machines or something, like to like machines like in outer space. And then this big old wave just came like out of nowhere, and it was the wave was like so huge than your average wave. Like it was so huge, and basically like one of the pilots got left and they died or something like that. Died, got killed or something like that. He got left and died in the water in a big old wave. Then he had to leave and went back out to space. And before that, it was in like Saturn. It took him like 3 hours just to get to the destination of the black hole. Then they're like three. Then it was on the Earth and on the water. Then after that, they came back to after they left the water planet and one of the planets got left and died and killed. They went on another planet. I forgot. I guess it was like an ice planet or something like that. Or yeah, it was like an ice planet. And then they had the little robot named Tars and Kit, something like that. Tars and Kit, when basically Tars is like a robot, and basically it was on a mission, and like every hour was like 7 minutes. I mean, every 7 years was an hour. Every hour was 7 years. So basically every hour was 7 years. I was like, oh snap. And he had they were sending him videos of his daughter growing up, and he promised her he was gonna come back, but he didn't come back, and he was gone for a very long time, and her daughter missed him and everything like that. He wanted to come back, but he didn't come back. So her dad was making him promise. His dad was getting crying and all. His son was growing up and everything like that. And her daughter lived like on a farm where nobody else is at. She lived in a farm, and basically, so after that, after they left the water planet, they went on the ice planet to like do some mission work or something like that, and they was in outer space. They had to revive this one guy who was in like a water tank. He was in a water tank, and basically had to get out the water tank, and he had to come out the water tank. He was like he had a vision of what it's like in a different world or something like that when he was asleep for a long time, for a very long nap. And after that, they went back to the ice planet and do some mission work. And what happened was one of the guys tried to turn on him and stop him from doing what they was doing. So they had to he was fighting the main guy named Cooper was fighting this one guy. They was both fighting on the ice planet. And after that, then Cooper got the guy, and both of them went out of space. They had to get back on the ship, and they had to go like back on until they was trying to get back home. And one of the guys they was fighting, it was on a different ship. There was two different ships. It was Cooper and some other lady. And the guy that was trying to stop Cooper, he basically died when the ship blew up, and they had to get to, it was like a little spinning vortex that did like a spinning ship, like a spinning part of the ship. They had to connect back, where they got him back, which got him to the outer space. They had to reconnect that ship. They had to reconnect it, which the other guy blew up, and so they had to reconnect that broken piece to get back home to the spinning piece of the ship. And after that, Cooper had to go like in a five-dimensional world where he could see his daughter and tell him to stay because his daughter was in like in a room. His daughter was in a room where he told him to stay. His daddy was a ghost because the bookshelf kept on falling off, and it was like time. And he would tell him to stay, but it was like time. He was trying to like break through the bookcase or something like that. He was just trying to show him to stay, and it was like a five-dimensional world. Then after that, Cooper, he was back on a ship or something like that, and when they saw when he was going to the ship after he go to the black hole, when he touched like the outer space, that was him, and it like that was the whole point. Like when they was going to the outer space, he touched like out of like the black hole. His hand was bending and stuff like that, and Cooper was the person like blending. He was the person that was touching his hand, and the ghost was his dad because when he told him to stay, he had a bookshelf and a timer and like a watch and told him to stay and the time he was gonna come back and all that. And he was like 125 years old, 124 years old, and he was on. Then he tried to go back home. He went back on Saturday, and then it was like a whole new twist. Like everything was like twisted, and everything was like in a circle, and he wasn't back home. I didn't really understand it. He was like everything was like in a circle, and I was like, why everything in a circle for? I didn't understand that. Like everything is in a circle, and basically I was like, okay, everything's in a circle. Then I'm like, I didn't understand that when everything was in a circle. But he saw his daughter and he told him like a promise, and he saw his daughter, and his daughter was like really old, like in his 90s, and he was like 124 years old, but he still looked young. But his daughter was really old on on her bed, like in bed, hospital bed, with her kids and everything like that. And then after that, her and this one lady with the short hair, I forget her name. Her and Cooper tried to get back to Earth, but she was still in the spaceship, and Cooper was on the Saturn plane. He was on Saturn, one of the Cooper station. Yeah, it was Cooper station, and her daughter was named Murphy. I forgot to tell you, it was Murphy. Her daughter was named Murphy, and it was Murphy station on Saturn planet. And then Murphy took one of the then Cooper took one of the Saturn ships to go back home, and then it was gone. So basically, that's about it. And he went back to Saturn. He went back to Earth, I guess. He didn't even show up, but he went back to Earth. For comment, subscribe, like my videos, and tell me what y'all think. But this is A to do the best, and I am out. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. But her son, I gotta tell y'all, her son and her daughter, they had burned down the forest and everything like that, and they was trying to like wait, but they didn't wait. But it was just chaos. They burned down the forest and everything like that, and was waiting on her dad to come back. But I think he did come back. I think he did come back. But her dad came back from Saturn. He was on the he took one of the Saturn's spaceships and went back home to civilization. I think basically he went back to civilization. Yeah, basically he went back to civilization. But comment, subscribe, like my videos, and this is A, you the best, and I am out.